This is TWiT.
So all you Asus fanboys that have been waiting for this phone, it's got a 6.4-inch FHD Plus LCD display with 83.8% screen-to-body ratio, no notch. It's got a Snapdragon 855 with 6 gig of RAM and 128 gig of storage, or 8 gig of RAM and 256 gig of storage. 48 megapixel standard camera and a 13 megapixel 125-degree ultra-wide camera that flips from back to front of the phone. Gotta love that. Similar to the Samsung Galaxy A80. I love a wacky camera. It's the same Sony IMX586 sensor as the OnePlus 7 Pro. It does have a headphone jack and a micro SD slot. It's got the rear fingerprint sensor, USB-C, smart key assistant button that can be reassigned, 5,000 milliamp battery with 18-watt fast charge. Only USB 2.0, unfortunately. Android 9 is running Android 9 and starts at $499 with no release date yet. And Michael, you had some time with this, didn't you? You got to play with this phone. What do you think of it?
I did. I got about 20 or 15 minutes with it, thanks to Michael Josh Villanueva at Gadget Match. We were hanging out in New York.
So when's your full review? 15 minutes, full review. When is it?
Yeah, it's already late, right? Should have run it.
Yes.
I think it is super impressive, and I have not been able to say that about an Asus phone in quite some time.
Yeah.
I mean, to pack in all that stuff at a projected $499 price point for U.S. pricing, and to release it here, I mean, and of course, I'm a little bit biased in terms of the work I do. I use the selfie camera a lot for work,
Sure. For work.
Yeah, right. And for pleasure. But, being able to flip around the primary and use that as your selfie camera. And when one of those primary cameras is a wide angle, I mean, the possibilities are just wide open to you. And
that's a great innovation. I really like that, actually. I think that's because I hate the front-facing camera because I never use it. But every now and then, my sister's like, send me a picture of you and the babies and like whatever. So you need to use it. But having no notch and having the camera flip up top, that's really innovative. I like that.
100%. And also it's often overlooked with this phone, but you can steer that camera module. So you don't have to settle for like, oh, it's on the back or oh, it's on the front. You can put it at any degree setting you want between those two positions. So if you're walking down the street and using, Google AR or something like that, or you're trying to get a sneak shot at a wedding where you want a candid, but you don't want people to know, like you can just move that camera module however you want. And that's awesome.
Does it do the OnePlus 7 Pro thing where if you drop it, it goes and
I think it does, actually. I think I read that it does. Like, don't quote me on that yet.
It better, dang it, because once I realized the OnePlus 7 Pro did that, I thought every pop-out camera needs to do that because that is the coolest thing in the world.
Yep. Yeah.
100%.
I had no idea until suddenly I did, and it changed everything. Did you get the chance to play around at all with the Galaxy A80? Because I know it had kind of like a mechanism for the camera as well, front to back.
So cool. I have not played with that, but it looks amazing. I would very much like those leaks to be true about the Note 10 having that same mechanism because I want to play with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Asus phones, I kind of feel like they kind of dropped a little bit off my radar because I stopped expecting goodness out of it, or you're expecting something different or whatever. And there's been a lot of excitement about this. A lot of people, I've read a lot of people going, oh, well, OnePlus gets out of this price range and Asus is there to sweep right in and take over, So who knows?
And just when you're not looking, they wow you with some good design. I think that's a good way to grab attention. And Michael, to your point, that price point is great. I mean, we were talking earlier about the Pixel 3A at the little. I really think the mid-range lower price point, going back to the $399, $499 price range, is the way to get more people on board onto a platform. I think the $1,000 phone, people are tired of it.
100%. And also, one thing Asus also deserves credit for is eliminating the one of the things that kept me away from them for a long time was that dumb software layer they had where I could not get behind that thick manufacturer skin. And now it's just basically stock. It's stock with a couple add-ons like Motorola does, which I prefer.
Well, I was going to say, you got to wonder if they're looking at Motorola and see what they're doing with their success with the G line and seeing that it's as close to stock Android as possible. Just it works. Let people use it. Wow them on the phone design and device.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, this
sorry,
one
go,
looks.
Steven.
This one looks like, as everyone's saying, it looks like it could be a fantastic value. It's got great price, amazing battery life, which Asus has been working on for quite a while. They've 5,000 milliampere battery.
No kidding.
Top line processor, and an absolutely massive camera sensor for a front-facing camera. If the Google camera mod works on here, this could be possibly the best selfie camera on the market.
I don't see why the Google camera mod wouldn't work on here. I think it probably. I imagine it probably would.
Yeah, I think it should. In which case, this could be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I am a little anxious about moving camera hinges. I know.
Yeah.
A long time ago, it was a big problem on the Oppo Find. Oh man, this was a long time ago.
It's like an N1, I think, right?
Yes, I think so.
Oppo Find X. Was it the Oppo?
No, around the same time as the original OnePlus phone, like a year before then, they had a phone with a reversible camera. I think it was the N1. And I know that one was horrible for durability. So it's still, that's left a little bit of a bad taste in some people's mouths. That hopefully these new phones will be more durable and we'll be able to not have those same issues. And also, I mean, there's also the concern about cases. I usually get cases on my phones. With a moving camera like that, it can be hard to find a case that will fit and good protection. So we'll have to see what comes out in that way.
I completely forgot about the Oppo N1. That was back in 2013. Oppo was ahead of the curve, man.
Oppo,
100%. I wanted one so bad, and I'm so glad to see that idea coming back around. Because again, like settling for a subpar selfie camera is something that almost every phone does.
Yep.
And not having to do that now, assuming these cameras are any good, which they appear to be. Michael, Josh, and I took a few selfies. They look fine. You know, give me a while to verify that in the real world when I get a unit. But like, what a great idea, and how great to see it offered at a sub $1,000 price point. To your point, Jason. I mean, Ron. Excuse me.